I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Vice President Maria Leonora Robredo. You have the same name with Maria Leonora Rivera, she the heroine of Rizal. Magandang pangalan, ma'am. Former President, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Former President, my idol, my mentor, my lahat, my critic. Sali mo na lahat dyan. President Fidel V. Ramos. House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez. The exponent or the proponent of the divorce law. I am sorry, but I cannot follow you. My daughter is not happy with that. Really. Mag-usap na lang kayo ni Sarah. The Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Carlito Galvez Jr., former Chief of Staff, General Leonardo Guerrero. Alam mo, sir, matagal nang bakante yan eh. I had to extend your services because of what was ongoing war in Mindanao, specifically yung Marawi. Kaya yung Marina, yung director, ang silya doon, multo na ang nakaupo. It's about time na you report to that office by next week, perhaps. The officers and enlisted personnel of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, my Moro brothers and sisters in and out of government, the private sector. Salam alaikum. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I consider it an honor to join all of you today in congratulating General Leonardo Guerrero for his successful tour of duty as the 49th Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Okay, sir. I'm sorry, sir. To the commanding general, kindly give the thing take us pahinga. I can understand you, sir. I am also tired.
Tigas! Ha! Kalipunan, tigas. Ha!
Thank you. Upon assuming command of the AFP in October last year, immediately after the liberation of Marawi City, General Guerrero was met with great expectation to follow in the footsteps to those who came before him. Under General Guerrero's exemplary leadership, and AFP successfully facilitated our clearing and reconstruction efforts in Marawi, all the while preventing the surgence of any terrorist threat that could have escalated to another conflict and hampered the city's progress. General Guerrero ably led the clearing of all major roads, bridges, schools, and places of worship, and with the help of the DPWH and the NHA, authorized the deployment of engineering units to assist in the construction of temporary shelters for internally displaced persons. One of the most notable accomplishments of General Guerrero's short but impressive stint as Chief of Staff is the unparalleled number of communist and terrorist surrenderies. From less than 800 prior to his assumption the number of surrenderies rose to more than 5,000 during his tour of duty. Congratulations, sir. These achievements have not come without cost, but let me assure our uniformed personnel, kayong lahat po, that the government remains committed in enhancing your capabilities, promoting your welfare, and looking for the needs of the fallen and injured and their families. Within 6 months after AFP Chief General Guerrero has competently and effectively continued the tradition of dedication and hard work to those who came before him and left a legacy of his own for future leaders to follow. His efforts have strengthened the foundations of not only a stronger but a better military, but also a safer and more secure Philippines. As General Guerrero marches towards his final review of our troops, I am confident that the AFP will continue to move forward in the right direction under the leadership of our new Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Carlito Galvez. With an excellent and motivated workforce behind General Galvez, I am optimistic that the AFP will sustain its gains and remain at the forefront of our fight against all threats of our sovereignty. Therefore, I ask our troops to support the leadership, including all in government, of General Galvez's term and remain steadfast. Of course, General Galvez, in your mission ensuring safety of our people and the security of our land. Armed with the people's unwavering trust and confidence, and fueled by the highest degree of professionalism and competence, it is only through our combined efforts as a people and as a nation that we can achieve lasting peace and sustainable development. Mabuhay kayong dalawa, General Guerrero and General Galvez. Now, I hope that is not the final applause. I still have something to say. Let me just state my case as a worker of government. It was not the military who arrested the nun, the Catholic nun from Australia. It was upon my orders implemented by the Bureau of Immigration. And I take full responsibility, legal or otherwise, for this incident. I ordered her to be investigated, not deported at once, not arrested, but to invite her to an investigation for a disorderly conduct. You know, in our laws, the Philippine laws provide that I can deport you or refuse you entry if you are an undesirable alien. Look, I'm addressing to the Filipino nations. I can swallow, I can take all attacks from the lumads to the highest religious orders of all sorts, from my brother Moro, from the military, from everybody. Ang hiningi ko lang, you are a Filipino. You are entitled really to criticize. Freedom of expression is unlimited, and it goes for everybody. But to otherwise undermine and treat the Philippines like a mattress them to wipe with your feet, that is something else. I will not, it's not an, I am a politician. I have been enduring attacks almost for 40 years, nearing 40 years after my term. Ang siyala. Pero kung insultuhin ako under the cloak of just being what? A Catholic, a priest, and you are a foreigner, who are you? No, it's a violation of sovereignty. I am with the executive department. I am a worker of that department and I give the orders. And the order of who gets in and who goes out is with me. Not in Congress, not in the Supreme Court. Ako ang magsabi being there in that office in Pasig. Papasokin mo yan at mabait na tao. Huwag mong papasokin kasi walang hiya ang bunganga ng madre niya. You do not have that right to criticize us. But you can come here and enjoy all the sights. And I could invite you to attend. Ako, politi ako. But do not insult us every time that you open your mouth with your foot inside at hanggang tilaok mo, throat. Huwag ninyo akong dictatorship, oppression. The military forces in these grounds will guarantee the Filipino nation that there will be a dictator and there will never be anybody who would extend this term even for 22 hours. They are bound by the throne of that flag. They are not bound to northern loyalty to me. And I do not like it. Pero habang akong nandyan, do not insult my country. Because you come here and go, akala ninyo, we never did that to Australia. We never did that to European country. Ikaw, madre, why don't you criticize your own government the way you handled the refugees, hungry and dying, and you turned them back to the open sea? And now you're getting rid of the natives there and refugees in an island. Bakit hindi ka magyak-yak doon? You are too presumptuous about looking at the Philippines. May human rights violation kayo mas grabe. Buti dito, kriminal ang pinapatay ko, kayo. Men, women, and children seeking sanctuary. Under the heat of the sun and in the coldness of the night, you drove them back to where they came from, and you know that they were also being rejected from the country which they were trying to flee. Kayo, marami kayong sakit ng ulo. Do not just pretend that you are because you're a nun or priest. Who are you? Your God is not my God. Remember that. The way you adore God, it's to warp and to corrupt. Stick to your own religion and try to correct the abuses within your organization. To address homosexuality and malpractices and adulterous priests. Then you come in messing up with us with this neoliberalism of yours. You are trying to promote international or geographical governance. That's the modern trend, the West imposing their values on us. Please do not do that. Go home and try to solve your own problems. European community, you cannot even handle the refugees. Son of... Beginning today, I will decide who gets in, who gets out. You want to question that, you go to court, and I will follow. But until then, you do not mess up with the sovereignty of this country. You treat it with disrespect, you come here with, you stink, and you try to defame government. Wag ako, kaya ko. You know, gusto mo murahan, I can give you a mouthful, but it not for the solemnity and the dignity of... Kaya wag ninyo ako. Kayong mga left, do not ever try to invite. I will not allow them in this country. And if they decide to enter surreptitiously, they will be arrested. But if you come here, just deliver your piece about human rights in a proper way. Pero kayong mga on the other side of the fence, kayong mga komunista, kayong mga left, huwag ninyo akong I decide. Kung gusto ninyo kayo, di sana tumakbo kayo ng pagka-presidente. Di nanalo sana kayo, diin nyo na. I have a duty to protect this country. If every time your loud mouth opens up, you say, it was the military who... It's not their job. That is not a job of the military, watching whether who goes in and out of the Philippines. Huwag ninyong abusuhin. Ay kung ganon, then you will suffer, not us. Sabi ko na sa inyo, baka akalain lang ninyong isa akong ignoramos galing Mindanao. Ay, let's see. Bukan nga natin. Martial law. Why would I need a martial law? I said, I can order your investigation. Anybody. 6, 9, 36 hours for investigation purposes. It's legal. And especially if you shout there, sabihin mo mga military, mga pati taga-gobyerno, mga gago, mga ano. Who are you? Just because you're in none? You go back to your country and try to ponder the enormity of your problems. Kaya hindi ako pumunta dito. Your race seems to be an every Westerner in town. You think that you are far more superior than us, the Malay race. You try to impose your values. You go about selling an idea from the State Department that if you agree to a same-sex marriage, we will give you this assistance. Eat your money. I don't give. You can have your money. We will survive. Kakain kami ng... But the Philippines is not a pasture. It is not a grazing land for just any carabaos and animals like you to graze in the fields of... Huwag ninyong... Hindi ako papayag ng ganun. Nabali ako, wala pa rin kayong magawa. You try to ask me, then, if I try to commit abuse, then there's the military and the civilians. There's the President Ramos. President Garcia, Arroyo. And generals there. Wala ba itong mga utak? They would know a dictator. They can sense a son of a bitch. So do not worry. Their loyalty is there. Ayan. It's flying. This is where our loyalty belongs. You come here and insult us, you trample with our sovereignty. That will never happen again. I assure you, if you begin to malign, defame government, in any of those rallies there, I will order your arrest. The only reason why she was released was she was not caught in flagrante delicto, meaning to say she was not caught during her berating the government. Sino ka? Po, sira tuloy ang barong ko. Kasira ka ng porma. Do not give me that. Pare ka pati. We do not share the same God. Your gods, or God, are different from mine. You do not have any authority more than mine. My God has common sense. Your God does not have it. Salamat.